Hey everybody, welcome to your weekly energy update for September 11th through September 18th. These are timeless though, of course. So if you do come across this outside that time frame, I would still watch the video because if your intuition brought you here, there's surely messages for you. Now, of course, we have Mercury retrograde that we've been in the pre-shadow for a little bit, but now as of the 10th of September, we have gone into full retrograde. So you've already been feeling the effects, but now we have these next couple weeks up until October 1st or through October 1st when we're feeling that Mercury retrograde, just challenges with communication and electronics and things like that. And that's okay. We don't want to start new things, brand new things. It's a beautiful time for reflection and editing and rehashing old things. So if you check my weekly that I put out a couple weeks ago, it does talk about the retrograde and what you can do during that time to make the most of the energy. Now, we also have starting up the impact of the eclipses that will be happening in late October and early November. We start to feel those between 4 and 6 weeks beforehand, so we're starting to feel the inklings of those. And I'll jump into those real quick in a moment, but I also wanted to make sure that everyone was aware, as part of my YouTube subscriber marathon, I did put out a new giveaway yesterday, which is for additional personal recorded readings. And it's going to be a fun one where if I get at least 10 comments, I'll pull one winner for a 30-minute recorded reading. If I get up to 20, I will do the 30-minute and a 45-minute giveaway. And if I get 30 comments, then I will actually do a 30-minute, a 45-minute, and give away a 1-hour personal recorded reading as well. So that will be listed in the link below. I also will throw the playlist for giveaways here too. So there are still some more giveaways out there. I just keep adding another one each Friday, and I usually allow a couple weeks for people to enter the drawing before I pull for that. So make sure to check out that playlist and also the link down below for that video if you want to sign up for that. All right, so back to the eclipses. Now, eclipses do bring us this energy of being at a crossroads or having some surprising plot twists. So we have October 25th is a partial solar eclipse in the new moon in Scorpio. And so the solar eclipse brings us new chapters, new beginnings, and because it's around the energy of Scorpio, these new chapters, new beginnings will be around intimacy, around transformation, around what we're leaving behind to move on to new things. So we're kind of looking to that for this reading. And then November 8th, we have the full moon lunar eclipse in Taurus. The lunar eclipses are more like the fruition, the endings of things. And with that Taurian energy, we're going to be looking into the material resources, abundance, your worth, and kind of the 5 senses around those. Those are the kind of things that are going to have some endings and some fruitions, like you get your reward and then you're ready to start something new, right? So that's where we're going to jump in for this reading. We're really going to zero in on those 2 areas, see what Spirit would like us to know that we're starting to feel those inklings toward those things. We'll have, of course, a reading for each individual zodiac sign, and we're jumping into yours right now. All right, Virgos, this is your weekly energy update, and we are going to start off pulling a card here from the Queen of the Moon Oracle. Any of the cards I use in a reading, I do list in the description box below, so if any of them catch your fancy and you want them for yourselves, you know where you can purchase those. So we're going to use this deck here to find out what the Creator and Spirit want you to know about the energy around the partial solar eclipse of the new moon in Scorpio, which is on October 25th. And this is like what area of your life or what they want you to know about the new chapters, the new beginning that is being sparked with these eclipses. So, okay, they want that one right there. So here we go, Virgos. There are excited to talk to you here. And you got card number 3, realization. What a big keyhole, big portal gate that you're walking through. So new beginning makes total sense there. We'll just put that right here. Actually move this down a little bit. There we go. And let's see what message that this moon has for you. And it says, with self-awareness comes realization. Knowledge is power. Self-examination of your role within a situation is important. As we move into the early waxing cycle, light begins to shine upon the shadows, illuminating what is. This is the beginning of a powerful process, realization. When we decide to really examine our lives without fear or favor, it can be hard. This is, no doubt, an act of courage. We might not like what we discover, after all, yet without self-awareness and the will to act upon those realizations, whether we perceive them as negative or positive, we do not get to change and grow without those. The realization that we have a pattern, a bad habit, or a behavior that is causing us pain is a powerful position, even though we may feel worry and pain around that discovery. We can then take personal responsibility to change our situations since we know our current position. Knowing ourselves more completely enables us to accept ourselves more readily and to dare to love exactly who we really are. I love it. And the companion stone for this, if you're into crystals, is aventurine. So definitely there is this, it's all about the discovery. We can go through our whole lives being ignorant of something that's going on in our lives and have this, it's almost like having a pain of a pebble in our shoe. We just go along and we're used to it. It still hurts. It still makes us not do things we normally would do because we're like, there's no way I'm walking that far with with this pain in my foot. But the realization that there is this pain and you have to take off your shoe and take out the rock, and then but once you put the shoe back on without the pebble, you're like, oh my gosh, why didn't I do this earlier? So it's definitely worth it for you with this new beginning coming in. We're also going to pull a Power of Surrender card here, and this is basically the combination between the new moon and the full moon. And this is like, what are you ready to let go of that opens up these opportunities for this new realization? With this new beginning. So let's take a look here, all you Virgos, and we will see what they want you to know. Okay, and again, they already came out with the card. And you got, surrender, fear. And that says, let go of the fearful stories you're telling yourself. Stay in the moment. Focus on solutions and celebrate every baby step forward. Yeah, so there we go. Stepping with that little pebble, not in your shoe anymore. And so they're saying, don't fear what you'll find, because all that energy that you're investing right now in maintaining the fears and the thing that they want this realization to be brought forward for you is going to come back to you. It's, sometimes we'll be like, it takes so much work to do the inner work. And I'm like, it actually takes more energy out of our lives to maintain old beliefs that hurt us, because there's so much charged emotion that's going on with it, that once we go through this realization, we're like, I get all that back. Like I said, that pebble's out of your shoe and you're like, I can sprint now. I'm going to walk 5 miles, figuratively. So we're also going to pull from the Gentle Creatures Wisdom deck. And this is about the energy of that full moon lunar eclipse in Taurus on November 8th. What they want you to know about that is coming to fruition, coming to an end, ready for, that season is ending, and you are getting ready to embark into something new. So for our Virgos, what would you like them to know? Okay, I do want this one. And you've got the Conjurer. Yes. Creating some new things in your life. So we'll put that there. And let's see what this gentle creature has to say to you. Well, yeah, that's hilarious here's the new moon and here's the full moon. So perfect for what we were looking for here. Because it says, under the full moon of the seventh moon, the conjurer waits. They've taken up their prayers, their entreaties, and pleas from the people. Now they must send those requests up to the sky to be answered as the universe wills. Our conjurer knows a secret, though. As much as they pass along this ancient knowing, must never take heed. So they must commune with the owl, nature's messenger. This bird helps by taking up each application for benediction. It returns time and time again until all the hopes and wishes are dispersed. Now it returns to the conjurer, the village holy one, to share a meal and a warm fire. When you see this card, the message should be clear. When you have need of someone to hear your worship, your wonderings, your worries, remember this one key thing. Once you've done your asking, hush, be silent. Remember that you have 2 ears and 1 mouth, so you can listen twice as much. I like that. Many of us never allow the universe to answer us. We keep talking right over the messages, or we deny the answer. This is where just pulling another card is not the best thing to do. Sit with the image. Stay in the moment of the message. Do not allow yourself to get in the way of what the conjurer brings you. Magic is yours. Be silent and listen for a while. So realizations, here we go. It's surrender our fears. Be silent. Ask for guidance and have these realizations brought to you, and then shut up and listen, right? So I love this, how it's unfolding. It's so perfect for it all. We're also going to pull from the Tarot of Dreams and just see what else they want you to know about these eclipses. So some beautiful realizations that come and that free you from fear and free you to have that energy come back to you. Okay. They said, these are your cards. They definitely wanted to talk to you fast and furious. They're like, cut down the time. Boom, boom, boom. Here are all the cards. So here we go. And we'll start with this one down here. You have the Ace of Coins, which would be the Ace of Pentacles in the standard suit. It is your energy, it's your element, the element of earth. So a lot of grounding. But this also is means new opportunities coming into your life, new things showing itself in the outside world that you didn't see before, which makes sense with these realizations. So for some of you, these realizations come very quickly in the outside world where you see this. It is, of course, a card of new beginnings in your outside world, which we already talked about, that these eclipses are bringing you an ending and new beginnings. So you definitely are having that. But this also represents a new viewpoint of your worth and how you relate your worth to the outside world. So that definitely is right and key here, because I feel these realizations that are coming are about, of course, beliefs about yourself and realizations that, and I don't feel like they're like we would perceive as negative realizations, like, oh, I didn't even realize I do that. It's more realizations of the power of your ability, especially with this Conjurer card, that you didn't realize the power that you hold, where you are focusing your energy is expanding and growing in your life, and you didn't realize the power of your co-creation that you are a co-creator with the creator of all things for your life, and that you're not just being dragged around in a little wagon. You're not being pulled around on a wagon. The energy and the choices that you make in each moment is what are coloring how you're perceiving your entire world. Wow. So you have Ace of Coins, and then you have Page of Coins. So both of these are about new things coming in the outside world. And so this is an upgrade of things that are going on. Also, the Page of Coins represents messages coming from the outside world. So some of these realizations are going to be communicated by things that you see over here that come across your path. So love that, all this beautiful grounding earth energy. And we already knew that you have death and rebirth coming. So this is just confirmation that definitely there's ending of cycle here and allowing space for this newness to come in for you here. So old ways of thinking about yourself, old ways, things that were just kind of circling and like you were going in circles around certain things. This is the death. This is the death of fear, not the fear of death. And then another coin. So I'll look at all this. And so this is the 6 of coins, the 6 of pentacles, which is about balancing of giving and receiving. It also is I call it my codependency awareness card. So one of the realizations that you do get during this eclipse season is that you are an overgiver. And of course, hey, welcome to the class. Probably everyone that's watching this, we're all overgivers, right? So I've seen you in the meetings, recovering overgivers, right? But this is about this realization of you have this belief about yourself that came very early on that if you weren't able to give stuff to people, then you're not worth being around. And so the only way you could prove your worthiness is by how much you could give to others. And that balancing scale is off track. It's like when they do the money exchange rate, and it's like you give 100 of something and you accept 1 back from everyone else. So it's out of balance, the scaling. And so this is this awareness that you're moving back into your worth and understanding your worth more. So you're changing your exchange rate where you're like, actually, now it's 5 for every 100. Well, no, we're going to bump that up to 20. Now it's 30. And eventually you'll get balanced to where it's 100 and 100. What you give, you allow yourself to receive, and you don't feel like this out of balance of your worth. Because when you're an enabler in a codependence relationship, that's the one that has that belief about, I have to give so much in order to get a little bit of attention and love and worthiness. And you give and you give and you give until you're exhausted, and you give and you give and you give even more after that until you're resentful. But the whole thing is that when you enter a relationship that way, you might enter as two adults, but it quickly becomes a parent-child type of interaction where you're the mama bird, daddy bird, and they're the baby bird now. And they try to give to you, and you're like, no. Mama and daddy bird give to baby bird, but we can't accept from you because it scares the crap out of us. So we don't do that. And that's where that exhaustion and resentment and bitterness come from. But baby bird, when we don't allow them to give to us, they also want that feeling like it feels to give. So they will go outside of that, your relationship with, and either, put that attention into other people that appreciate it and allow them to give, or they become a workaholic and pour themselves into their job, or work out and pour themselves into their body or into a hobby. Or if it's like a intimate relationship, they might even go outside and have intimacy with other people because they want to feel like they're able to give. So this beautiful dynamic, this realization that comes through all that is that your worth isn't determined by other people. This whole experience that you're having here is you're ending old ways of how you evaluate yourself. You're not looking as much to the outside world for your definition in relationships or situations like your job or education or your body or things or your bank account, because you found those things unstable, and you are instead connecting to a higher place for your definition. You have been disappointed enough that you've been turned inward, and as you connect more to your true self, it allows you to connect to the unconditional love from above, which is eternal, so that's stable. And also it's unconditional, which is even more stable, because unconditional means no conditions, nothing you can do to lose it. So that becomes the foundation of your worth. And that's where this balancing comes in, because you don't feel you have to work for everyone's love, because it's extra. You're finding everything you need inside of you, instead of trying to define yourself by everyone else on the outside. So beautiful realizations. Oh my gosh. 3 of Coins. And the 3 of Coins does talk about not looking to the outside world for their recognition, whether, you're afraid of people rejecting you for not doing what they're saying that you should do or supposed to do or need to do or have to do or must do. Also not looking for, try not to lose those people that are supportive, fearing if you don't do what they are, or like if you don't continue doing the things you're doing that are pleasing them and making them your supporter, that you fear that you will lose all that and get rejection, and they'll join the naysayers and all those other people. This is about you tuning into your authentic you, your authentic path. And I really feel like all of this earth energy, you're really becoming grounded and understanding who you are and in relation to the world. So huge realizations coming in. You have number three. So this entering into this new journey of being the authentic you. And you have the 5 of Swords. So this is good, because swords are your thoughts, your beliefs, your mindsets, your attitudes, your expectations. And I love this, how they portray it, because he's holding this giant Ace of Swords, which allows him to connect to the capital T truths of the higher realm that are rooted in that unconditional love. So your mindsets and your beliefs and thoughts about yourself are transforming. That's what card number 5s are about, are change. So you're changing your mindsets on how you think about yourself. And in addition to connecting to the capital T truths of the higher realm, it also allows you to slice away those small t truths that no longer serve you, those that were rooted in fear, the ones that were whispering in your ear about how unworthy you are if you don't do all this stuff and blah, 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 that long list of conditional love laws, all that stuff that, you were told have to happen in order for you to be lovable. But you realize when you connect to the higher realms that stuff was just all drama and a story for this beautiful human experience in this giant amusement park of fear rides. It's like, okay, they served my purpose, but you are ready for this expansion and moving up to this new way of thinking about who you are. And that begins by connecting higher and higher and higher to that unconditional love from above. I love this for you, Virgos. So much earth energy, just beautiful. If you are looking for more messages of love from above, in addition to these weekly energy updates, I also put out monthly readings for each individual zodiac sign and also a few other types of videos. So if you don't want to miss out on any of those and be notified immediately when they become available, if you give this video a little thumbs up and click the like button, also click the subscribe button, and that does give you access to the notification bell. And when you go in there, if you select the all option, then you'll be notified of any new videos that do come out on this channel. And also doing those things, it helps spread the love and it helps my channel grow in significant ways. Because when you like a video or you share this video with others or you comment on this video, and especially if you subscribe to the channel, doing those things makes the YouTube algorithm so giddy happy. It does want to share the messages and videos of this channel with other people as well. So if you feel inspired to do any of those things, I am so very grateful. Also, these are general readings, and if you're looking for even more specific information and answers for your specific life, I do offer personal readings, and all that information is listed in the description box below. For many of my services, I do offer a sliding price scale, which allows you to choose from a variety of prices for one service, so you can choose one that is in more alignment with your budget at the time. So it offers a little bit of flexibility there. All right, Virgos, as you are going through this amazing eclipse season, please know every second of every day of your life that you are unconditionally loved by the creator of all things. And of course, I love you too. Have an amazing week. We'll be talking soon. In the meantime, you hang in there and you take care.